just like that, thanks to you guys, we passed 5,000 subscribers. I woke up this morning and saw it. I thought maybe I'd be able to catch it, but it happened while I was sleeping. I'm gonna check right now to see where we're at. At this very moment, 5,014. That was really, it was thanks to you guys, because that was the largest pickup. That last video was the largest pickup of subscribers that I've ever gotten off of one video. It just goes to show that hitting that thumbs up button, that like button, makes a huge difference. And thank you guys so much for coming through and hitting that like button for me. And just, we gained a ton of subscribers off that last video. So thank you guys very much. I'm really stoked on 5,000. This is a great size. This between like 5 to 10,000. It's a really good size for a channel, I think, because then it's manageable and I can talk to you guys and interact with you guys, and it doesn't feel like it's overwhelming at all or anything like that. It's just a really nice size for a channel, I think. And some of you have mentioned I don't understand why your channel is not bigger. And say it's an underrated channel, and I really appreciate that as well. But I think some of that comes down to, well, it's a few things, but I think one of the things it comes down to is I kind of always live by the under promise, over deliver type thing. And if you reverse that and you over promise and under deliver, I can't think of a better example of that than clickbait. YouTube clickbait, with an outrageous title or an outrageous thumbnail, and then the video has little to do with what it actually is titled. It just grabs attention, and it works really well for these YouTubers that use clickbait. It gets them a lot of views and it gets them a lot of subscribers, but that's not how I want to grow a channel. I like this organic growth that we have, this manageable, organic, enjoyable growth. And the clickbait thing, I don't know, it comes with I kind of disrespect a little bit the YouTubers that rely on clickbait to get views and subscribers. So I'm not about that, and I think that's one of the things that keeps me a smaller channel. Although there is one video I titled "It Blew Up," and then I put in parentheses clickbait. I was just doing a whole play. It did blow, like the AC hose blew or something like that. But it was my little poking fun at clickbait, my little take on clickbait, just for the fun of it. That last video was really fun just because it got so many comments, and I was able to interact with you guys in the comments and stuff. I always enjoy hearing from you guys in the comments. There's a lot of guys that I recognize from day one that are still commenting and still there. I could name you, but I don't know if you want me to. But I see you guys and I remember you guys, and I appreciate it. That's another nice thing about the size of this channel is I can remember who's been around and things like that. It's very, very manageable, like I said before. There's a couple things I wanted to address about that last video. You saw me spraying filler primer directly onto bare metal, and a few of you commented that you need to use epoxy before you put filler primer on, and usually that's true, but the primer I'm using is a Wanda 8100 primer that I'm mixing to a filler mix, and then using a bigger tip on my gun to lay it down. And the Wanda 8100 primer is a direct to metal primer, so I don't need to use the epoxy. So it's totally safe, and it's rated. It's got really good adhesion for direct to metal. Another thing I'm using is, and I didn't mention it in the video, but I should, is these pre-treatment cut-through wipes. It's basically, you wipe it on. It does something, because I can tell within 5 minutes it looks like it does something. But it's for use on metal surfaces, prevents corrosion, promotes adhesion, substitutes the use of wash primers and etch primers, can be used with all paint systems. And these things actually work out really, really well. And this is not an ad. I just like using them. A few of you asked, what gun am I using? It's a DeVilbiss Finish Line 4. It's a sub $300 gun, but a really high quality product. I'm really happy with how it sprays. It sprays filler primer well, it sprays primer well, color well, and obviously clear coat. That's the gun I've used on all my motorbikes and everything, as well as that Wanda 8100 primer I've used on that too, on the bikes as well. But that's the gun I use. It's I don't use a separate primer gun or door jam gun or anything like that. I might in the future. It'd be nice to have a door jam gun, or for small little areas and things like that. But for now, I just use the DeVilbiss Finish Line 4, and I'm really happy with it. Can you even say gun on YouTube anymore? Now, another question I continue to get, I'm kind of surprised on how often I get asked about this, is the rust scat. The stuff that I used to paint the side of the truck with a roller that I rolled on. The rust scat, I tell you, it's a surprisingly good product. Because when it came time to strip the truck down, that was the hardest to get off. The original paint and primer and everything was a breeze compared to trying to get that rust scat off. So it's good. It's good stuff. But there's been a lot of people that have asked me, where did you get the rust scat? I tell you where I got the rust scat, where I got my primer, where I get my color, where I get those cut through wipes, and all my Bodywork stuff, filler, gun, even my gun, yeah, I got at the Body Parts store. And here's their web address, and I'll also link it down below. Really knowledgeable guys when it comes to Bodywork stuff. I had a few questions on the rust scat, if the rust scat can be mixed to a factory color, or can it be mixed to a custom color, and that's what I had done. The first time I went in there, met a guy named Harley. He watches the channel. He basically mixed up the rust scat to an exact match to the truck. I mean, you saw it was dead on. I like to mess with Harley. He's a good dude. So if you have any questions or need any info on the rust scat, call the Des Moines store. Ask for Harley. He knows all about it. A lot more than I do. I don't know anything about it. He just hooked me up with it. Said this will work really well. It was all his idea. So yeah, call Harley and ask him about the rust scat. If you want really knowledgeable answers to questions you may have, call the Des Moines store and ask for Harley. Let's blow up his phone. Another question I get quite often is, what's next after the truck, the Model A or the Mustang? And I'll tell you this much, it starts with an M. A few people asked in the last video, where did I get these vents that I'm going to be installing in the dash of the truck, and I put a link to them down in the bottom of this video, or in the description of this video. I also went back and put a link in the other video because you guys reminded me that I forget to do that. And with that being said, I got a few things I'd like to show you. This is not an ad. I bought this stuff with my own money, but it's things that have made a big difference in the shop for me working on this project. Now, one of them is my grinding mask. Yeah, it's covered in filler dust, as everything else in the garage is right now. But this one's a really big deal for me because it's fog proof. I didn't know there was such a thing until I heard another fabricator talking about it. Because you always get my grinding mask before would always fog up, and that would be a problem, and I'd have to lift it up and wait and then get back to it, and then it would just fog up again. So this does not do that, and that's kind of a game changer for me. It's because it's a lot more safe rather than just throwing on some safety glasses, which is what I kind of ended up resorting to, which is not the best idea when you're spinning a death wheel at the RPMs that those things spin. Another one for me, a biggie, is these 3M hearing protection that are Bluetooth and automatically pair to your phone. So if you're listening to podcasts or satellite radio or whatever you're listening to on your phone, or the music on your phone, comes right through these guys. And I love these things because the music is super clear, the podcasts are really clear, and it really does, it's got a lot of hearing protection in them. I've started using them for everything, mowing and everything like that. And super long battery life, and it doesn't have that cheesy like antenna coming up off it or anything. But yeah, the battery life is ridiculous on these things. I've probably been through 20 charge cycles and it's still just as good as it was. I've had really good luck with 3M stuff. But yeah, there's no real big pain in the butt with them. You just power it on, and as soon as you power it on, it automatically just pairs to the phone. Nothing more to it. You do have to set it up initially, but pretty easy. So yeah, look below in the description for links to those. I'm really happy with them, and anything that promotes safety, as I've aged, I've started to appreciate. Again, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. 5,000, hitting that like button, getting the biggest subscriber dump that we've ever had, and I'd like to welcome the new subscribers. Happy to have you aboard. Just want to let you know I'm not taking your support for granted. It is very appreciated. It humbles me quite a bit, and I thank you very, very much. Something I'd like to mention that I always seem to forget about is that I do have an Instagram account. It's at River City Motorbikes. On there I just post like project updates and sometimes some random things, and of course the motorbikes are on there too. So I'd be happy to have you there as well. And with that being said, that's going to do it for this 5,000 subscriber video. I felt like I needed to pop the camera on and just say something because I really do appreciate it. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.